Imagine people that don't know what's going, like that are.
Good evening. It's Wednesday, April 7th. Drake Swift, Alex Sportsmouth, got Tori Savage, Kitty, Jesse, Fakhoury in Chicago, VI Chicago. How you doing, brother? You doing all right? How you doing? You all right?
I'm good.
So we're in the middle of
hey y'all.
He is selling he's basically just sold a car. Their customers are waiting to get into the finance box, so he's in the middle of a transaction. But the conversation that we were talking about was basically mama. So the conversation that we were saying was, you were saying I said 13, you said 10. So a friend of mine, and Alex remembers, I don't know if Jesse remembers. Jesse was a driver for us when we
Can I get a name first before I actually remember? I don't even know what you're talking about.
So I'm gonna tell you. So
Alex feisty today.
No, I mean, you throwing me in a story. I'm
gonna throw you in.
What we're talking about.
We always throwing you in stories, Alex. It's okay.
I'm just saying, Jesse used to be a driver, and I don't know if he remembers him, but his name was Black Terry.
I remember.
I'm interested, but I just wanted a name.
So Black Terry, right? I don't know if you remember him or not.
There we go. Jeez.
He had 10 kids, because we were talking about baby mamas. He had 10 kids, and he had I think 8 different baby mamas. So it was just funny that you said, we said 13 baby mamas, 10 baby mamas, 9 baby mamas. I don't know. Like, well, I want to know what the conversation is that when you are meeting a girl and you tell her, look, I got 7 baby mamas. I mean, what the initial conversation, Tori, when someone says, hey, how are you doing? You guys are conversating. Let's say maybe you guys go to dinner and you say, I have 7 baby mamas. What do you say at that point? Like,
no. So in my experience, that's not something that's offered up freely. Okay. Usually it goes into, how many kids do you have? Right. And when they say a high number, instant red flag goes up. Like, not even an orange flag, a red flag. I'm like, oh. So then I'll dig a little bit, and because people can have. I've met people who have 7 kids and they have it all by one woman, which is pretty shocking to me, right? Right. It's still a lot of fucking kids, but at least it's by one woman, right? So that I nonchalant say, oh, you got that baby mama drama, and that's usually how I go about it. I just throw that out there and see what their facial reaction is. And you can usually tell, because a lot of people won't say shit, but your face ain't going to hide it. So at that point, that's how I know if they get a call back or if they're going to go out on any other dates, because I don't do that baby mama drama. I mean, I'm okay with you having baby mamas, but don't. I can't have
this conversation. I said, are you having more? And what was your initial reaction? He was like, he had a girl and he had a boy. So he was like, this boy's like he's a $1 million baby. That's what you said, right, Jesse?
Yeah. Because now it saves me from having a third baby that's going to cost about $1 million when it's all said and done.
Right. Exactly.
So he's a $1 million baby.
I tell them, I'm like, no, I've actually, because I tend to date a little bit younger sometimes. So anyways, but usually they're like, oh, I mean, not that young, but I don't realize how old they are until like I start talking and I'm like, oh, you're not my age. Never mind. But a lot of people still want to have more kids, and I don't want to have kids. I want to have vacations and boob jobs and tummy tucks and parties and exotic things on the beach. I don't want to do any of that. I had kids. I did that whole thing. I want to go to like new beaches and shit. I don't want to do all that. So but if you got kids, I'm cool with it. They can come over.
Right.
They just can't go to the new beach.
No, we got a swimming pool. We got a swimming pool. We're good.
Right. So I wanted to on the podcast. Basically, Jesse, he was a driver at the escort service that I owned. I think that's originally when I met him. He is in Chicago. He has his own Coney Island. A 2-year anniversary just passed, and we were just catching up on the phone yesterday for about an hour, and we were talking. And I was like, dude, how did I meet you? And he was just telling me, he's like, he was friends with Josh. You and Josh is one of Josh's best friends. Julius, his brother, and somehow he ended up at the escort service because it was a party 24/7, right? It was a party. A lot of drugs, a lot of sex, a lot of everything going on. It was funny that he was telling
the owner. I wonder who the owner was. Jeez,
I don't know. He was telling me that.
Hey, let's be clear. Drugs that I never. Hey, Drake, just in case any of my sisters are listening, drugs that I never was involved with, and that's fucking real.
Oh no,
all the shit that was around me that I grew up with.
No, Jesse, you know what? You used to drive. You used to come and you would do your job and be gone. Laugh at us.
And that's okay. That's a good clarification, Jesse.
I'm a witness. I'm a witness.
So
you just straight up.
He's a good boy.
So he was telling me a story that was involved in a couple escorts, and I'm cracking up, right? So he said he drove a friend to a call, and the phone operator reaches out and says, "Look, I need you to sleep with the guy's wife while the guy watches and eventually joins." And Jesse's relaying this message to somebody, and he's like down, and I guess the guy's 18 or whatever who was with him. Jesse usually rolled with a bunch of his Arabic buddies because he's Arabic, right? So he usually rode with his boys, right? I remember your cousin Tarek. Wasn't that your cousin?
Oh, Tarek, yep.
Yeah, Crazy Terry.
Crazy Terry.
Yeah, so they were just crazy guys. They would just go or whatever and drive these girls. Yeah, fucking yeah, come on, we drive these girls and we make some money or whatever. So I'm
about to get fucking mad text messages and shit.
Listen, this is the past. We can talk about the past. We've all evolved.
So he drives his buddy and he relaying this message. Hey, I need you to sleep with this guy and the escort and all. Everybody's going to be involved in all this stuff. Well, I guess the escort choked and she didn't end up doing it. But the guy said, "Fuck it, I'm 18." Yeah. Well, I don't know, but I'm 18. And this guy wants me to sleep with his wife. This is the best ever. So I guess the story goes is he slept with the wife. He got paid, and he couldn't believe it because it was like a porno. And I was like, that is the best story ever. That I never knew of. That a buddy slept with this guy's wife. They joined in.
Hey, you know what? You know what the best part about all these stories are?
Yeah, go ahead.
Still actually get paid and shit. Like that card was swiped already, and like it's a wrap. That's the best part about it, right? Major money out of these.
So that was
stories, though.
That was an awesome story. Jesse was
born to do this crazy shit for free. Come on, now.
Right.
Born in Southwest Detroit. He said. His mom, I think you said that your dad died in 90. Was it 92? Your dad passed in 90. Yeah, 92. So his mom, I remember his mom was very strict, like a tyrant. He said he was a bad kid, elementary school, middle school. He said he threw in Earhart. He threw all the books out the second floor. The teacher was
That's funny because I did the same thing at St. Vincent Middle School. We used to do the same thing, throw the books out the third floor.
He said the teacher was in. He goes, man, I look back and I was such a bad kid. Right. I acted up. He went to Western. He said he finally straightened out. I think his junior or senior year. But some great stories because definitely his mom.
That's where I met you.
The funny thing is, as bad as I thought I was nowhere near as bad as some of the kids that I grew up with.
And you know what? And I'm glad you said that because I was just about to say we're talking about throwing books out windows, not shooting at people. So you like I said, I remember you being around. You would show your face, hang out for a little bit, show some love, whatever, and be gone, man.
He was out.
You was always on the move. That's how I remember you. And I met you at Western. In 94, I think.
Yeah, because I think you're a little younger, right, Alex?
That was my freshman year and was at Western in 94. But yeah, I'm pretty sure.
We all say that how bad we were.
She'd walk up in the school and just be like, literally, she'd walk.
Right.
There was a time I'll never forget it in middle school. Remember homeroom? Like homeroom was like it was loud because not really class. Like it was like 10 minutes of whatever. So my mom one day was literally spying on me, like just making sure that I was doing what I was supposed to be doing. She was looking through the door.
Crazy, dude.
And she'd seen all the kids talking and playing around and doing all kinds of shit, you know, like. And the teacher sitting at his desk, like I don't know what he was doing. She swung the door open, ran into the classroom, and slapped the fuck out of me in front of everybody. And then she started yelling at all the other kids. You're in class.
She started yelling at all the
What are you
kids.
doing?
Holy shit.
Oh my God.
What's she doing?
Shout out to mom for
the teacher was probably like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
She was probably cussing the kids out.
Damn.
She was probably cussing the kids out in Arabic.
She was cussing everybody.
Man. Wow. You know, it's crazy.
And the poor teacher was trying to explain to her, it's homeroom. They're not supposed to. It's okay. They can talk.
It's free time. It's free time.
Man.
Yeah, it's crazy because we look back at all the crazy things we did and the things that, you know, and like Alex said, now kids are, you know, they're shooting up schools and they're doing things that are unimaginable.
That's crazier than the escort story right there.
And with all of that said, we're lucky we didn't have, you know, the technology we have now, because half the shit we did didn't even go on film. We have to rely on our memory, and that's actually a really good thing. There's so much that we could have been in trouble for.
He dropped another gem on me. So he said he got a call. He took some girls to a call, and they
you told him too many stories, Jesse.
Hold on.
Come on. Let's hear it.
The operator calls him and says, "Hey, the girls fucked up. They actually slept with the guys and they forgot to collect. So you got to go up there and collect." So Jesse, you know, he's 18. He's like, "What the fuck am I gonna do? What am I doing? I'm gonna go up there and collect. What do you mean?" So he's like, "Fuck, dude." So he goes up there with a bunch of his probably cousins or whatever. So he goes up there and he says, the guy opens the door, right? And you can tell the story. Go ahead, Jesse. So he opens the door, and what happens?
He opens the door with a fucking 45 cocked, ready to go. He actually cocked it and then opened
I think
the
I
door.
remember you telling that story before.
And he's like, what the fuck do you want? They were Arab guys. And
yeah, I remember.
Dude, like,
I remember that.
This was in Dearborn, and they were Arab, and they try to, we're whatever religious shit. Right. There was drugs everywhere, all kinds of shit going on.
Right, that's why they answered the door.
So the dude came to the door with the gun, and now me and my boys, we're young, you know, we don't know any. We're like, oh shit! First, we're knocking on the door like hard asses, like we're gonna do something.
Oh man!
Like you gonna do something.
Man, you're lucky, man. Lucky.
Right.
So then all my boys just go silent, and my mind's going 100 miles an hour, and the first thing I could think of was just to talk to the guy in Arabic. So I start, "Hey, Habibi," and I start talking to him in Arabic. He literally was like, smile, big cheese, put the gun back in his waist.
Right, like,
come on in. Then he starts like,
it's crazy.
Now all we're doing is thinking of how the fuck we want to get out of there. Me and my buddies were like, want to remove ourselves from the situation. So the girls were, I don't know what the girls were doing. They were in the bathroom getting dressed or something. I don't know what the fuck was going on. But they're like, I'm like, let's just go. Let's get out of here. So they
bird bath.
Yeah.
Bird bath.
That's crazy.
That's a whore bath.
Yeah, I remember you. I literally
that's called a whore bath.
And telling stories, telling, you know, like some shit. I was surprised you didn't quit driving like after a week, for real.
So the story is Jesse goes in there, talks Arabic. The guys lower their guard, put their gun away. He gets the money. They get back to the office, and of course they pay the girls' fees. But you know, it was to be honest with you, and we won't mention any names, but was that their first call that they just slept with the guy and forgot to collect the money, or were they just good looking guys and they were just said, "Hey, we trust these guys are going to pay us afterwards"?
I have no idea. Maybe the drugs, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, probably.
Maybe they were like,
I was gonna
they got into the drug part of it.
Right.
But I can't even believe I'm fucking Drake, you're like fucking Howard Stern, bro. You looped me into this shit. We're supposed to be talking about Lolas. What the fuck is going on right now?
He said, "Hot BB."
Habibi.
Hot BB.
But you know what? What did I tell you yesterday when we talked? I told you yesterday. I was like, for all this crazy shit that went on in my life, like I wouldn't take any of it back ever.
Right.
No,
I mean, I am where I am right now. Everybody
Right.
has a past, and fuck you if you judge anybody about their past.
Exactly.
absolutely.
Well said.
So Jesse, eventually he moved on, and he ends up going to college. I think you said you were about 17 credits short. What college were you going to? Were you going to Wayne State? I can't forget what you. Wayne State.
Wayne State. Yeah, I went to Wayne
So you
State.
go to Wayne State, and then your uncle, your cousin calls you and says, "Oh no, wait a minute. I'm sorry. Your brother says he's got a dying car wash on the west side," and he says, "Look, dude, your brother, take it over, see what you can do." And I think you said you guys were doing 1,000 cars a fucking day.
Yeah, when my brother had it, it was crazy. I took it over when it was like a graveyard.
Shit.
So then, yeah, we were trying to revive it back, and then my brother-in-law that's in Chicago, I tried to borrow money from him to get it going, and then he's like, "Fuck that, just come out here."
Right.
And I was like, "No, I don't want to go out there." But secretly, I really did want to go out there. I love Chicago.
Right.
So he's like, "Come out here." I told my mom I was leaving, and she laughed, and she said, "Okay, I'll see you back here in a couple months." And here I am, fucking 21 years later. I'm here.
Hold on. Who's on the phone? Caller. Hello. Maybe not. Hung up.
They got scared.
Yeah,
that was one of my sisters trying to cuss me out, I'm sure.
Oh,
yes, have the sisters call.
So you're in Chicago. And your uncle tells you about a cell phone business, and you got to remember it's the 90s, 2000s. Cell phones are going crazy. I got into the business myself, so I understand. So you're selling cell phones, you're killing it. You said you got everybody coming in there. I think you said you had what's his name's cousin or brother. What's that?
They call him Minister Seymour.
Minister Seymour.
I think I don't know exactly. It's his brother or cousin or something. A couple times Don Magic Juan came in there. A few times.
And what part of Chicago are you in doing the cell phone?
South.
It was in the west side. It was on the west side.
Wow.
But you said that it was so fucking bad that the dope dealers had to walk you home because there was so much crime.
That was a different time. That was a time like right after that. Right after that. When I was working like all kinds of weird jobs and shit, and my uncles owned a liquor store. One of them was in Cabrini Green projects, and the other one was in the Rockwell projects. Well, most people nationwide, they know about Cabrini Green, and they're like, "Oh, that's crazy." Well, Rockwell doesn't have shit. Cabrini doesn't have shit on Rockwell.
Right.
Damn.
I had to work there. I worked in the liquor store there, and they literally. And then I lived on Taylor Street, was like about 6-7 blocks away, and they would literally have to walk me out past the main street over to Eisenhower, the 290 it's called, and then I would be fine to walk alone. That's how crazy it was. They had to literally escort me.
Wasn't there like that famous horror story from Cabrini Green? The guy that what was the name? The guy that you looked in the mirror, the black horror movie. What was that movie? Candyman.
Oh, Candyman.
Wasn't it at Cabrini Green? Wasn't it supposed to be? Yeah. He was killing all the people at Cabrini Green. That's why. So just going through some stuff later, but you dipped in the cell phone business. You were working car washes, doing your uncles. You have a huge family, so they have a lot of businesses. And eventually you thought of, I guess, and then you get into the car business. Selling cars for Chevy for about 10 years. You become really good friends.
My other cousin Terry, it's another Terry.
Oh,
It's like he was the best man at my wedding. He was in the car. Remember I told you he was like a boater. I thought he was a boater. I thought he was like this dude from Jordan that barely spoke English. Meanwhile, he was hustling, selling cars, making a great living.
right.
And then I came into the car business. I was gonna be a Chicago cop actually,
Wow.
That was the.
So you take it temporary. You take the Chicago PD test. You pass it. Everything's good. You're ready to go. I need a filler. I need something to just kind of get me by, whatever the case. And it's funny because his mom always has that. He didn't never tell his mom that he took the test because he was afraid that she was going to get mad at him.
Go in there and start slapping all the cops up. Get him a fresh one. No, I'm just.
Yeah, she wasn't too happy. Eventually, I had to tell her because I was serious.
Yeah,
this is another friend
for sure.
That got me into the CPD thing, and it was going to be a big deal. So I eventually told her, and she was pissed.
Wow.
But then. So now I'm in the car business thinking I'm going to be in there temporarily. 6 months, I'm out. The first deal, I was telling Drake yesterday, my cousin Terry was the manager, and he's like, yo, we were at his sister's wedding, I think. And he's like, I said, I need a job temporarily. He's like, you're good. You're hired. Come Monday. All right.
Wow.
So I get there. The first day I'm there, he's like, yo, go get this car ready. There's a guy coming to see it. All right. I go get the car. I don't know nothing. I go get the car, the customer comes in, and I like to talk to people. I'm a people person. So I start shit with the guy right away. We hit it off. The guy's like, I'm buying the car. Okay, he buys the car. He leaves. My cousin gives me this piece of paper, and it said 500 on it. He said, go give it to that lady, the cashier or whatever. So, okay, go give it to the lady. She gives me $500, and I go back to my cousin. I hand it to him. And he's like, what are you doing? And he's laughing. I'm like,
that's yours.
What do you mean, what am I doing? Ask me for this. He goes, no, it's yours.
Right. So
I'm like,
right.
And at that time, I was, dude, and that's not even, that was a separate commission because the car was old. They had like a bonus.
They had a spit.
Yeah. So the first day I made like $800. And I was dick in the dirt broke at that time, like fucked up in my feelings about life. So I saw that and I was like, do I really want to be a cop?
Don't want to be a cop.
Ended real quick. It's probably the best decision I ever made.
Yeah, it's awesome, man, because you did one thing. If you would have went through with that and the timing, I'm always talking about timing is everything. You know, can you imagine if you would have did something with the PD prior, because you would have probably just rolled with that, man. You know what I'm saying?
You were right where you needed to be, and the time in your life lined you up perfectly.
That's history.
See, so when you walked into that hotel and you talked your way into that, and then you talked your way out of it, that was perfect. You know what I mean? That set all.
That was your car. That was where your car salesman skills already coming into play.
You know what I mean, that was God telling you. That was God telling you got to relax. That's all.
It was really relaxed.
Like I said, man.
The rest, you're at the Chevy dealer for
That's an awesome story, though.
You said you're great friends with the owner. You shared with the owner. You were like, hey, you know what? I want to open up a Coney. I'm in Chicago. There's no Coney. You know, I want to open up a Coney. He tells you, get in the car. Let's go look at what you're talking about. You say, I got the perfect location.
That's the relationship we had. He was a great dude.
Right.
And I was just telling him about what I thought, because this guy's a fucking multi-millionaire. He owns millions of dollars worth of horses. He got like 16 dealerships and shit. So, you know, that's the guy you want to talk to if you're talking about doing something. And I told him, and he's like, let's go. Come on, get in the car. Let's go check it out. And we went over there. I showed it to him, and he was like, yeah, I think this would be good for you. He's like, but don't quit on me. He's like, I don't want you to quit on me. I'll give you some time to do your thing, but you're still going to keep working for us. And I'm like, all right, yeah, that's fine. We'll do that. And then he passed away like after the first year of Lola's.
Damn. Wow.
And at that time, he had cancer, and he kind of stepped away from the dealership, and his son was running everything. The son is cool. We never had any problems, but we were just not as close.
Right.
So then I asked him, I'm like, yo, I'm doing this thing. It's taken off. I talked to your dad. I want to try to kind of be part-time. And he's like, no, I can't. He's like, because then it shows favoritism. I don't want to do that, blah, blah, blah. So I was like, yo, I'm sorry. I got to leave.
Wow. That's car business. That's a car business.
Yeah. The car business is rough. It's like whatever you do for me right now.
Mm-hmm.
So this, you're thinking about doing this. You get a location. Congratulations on your 2-year anniversary. You opened up in 2018. You opened up in what was the name of the area in Chicago? You opened up, Lola?
It's called Humble Park,
where they got the Puerto Rican Fest.
Oh,
yeah,
nice.
I'm West Humble Park.
It's fucking perfect, man.
2016, you're doing good, and then COVID hits, and he says, what the fuck did I do here? Yeah, he's telling me business is bad. They started, I guess, when I have the food truck, definitely, I signed up for all the food apps or whatever, DoorDash, all that good stuff.
Bolt.
I guess Jesse wasn't interested originally when, they approached him.
Yeah, because I thought I was a shit. I was being cocky, like, I don't need you guys.
Damn.
Yeah. So, COVID hits, and then he's reaching out to DoorDash and says, okay, I want to sign up. He even tries his own delivery. But like I said, congratulations on the 2-year anniversary. Now he kind of stepped away from Lola's. He's actually has somebody running. He found somebody perfect to run to the location that he has. He recently, congratulations, man.
I'm still there day to day, though. I'm there day to day, just not as involved.
So
as
hands on,
like he does everything.
So hands on.
Yeah.
Right, not much as hands on, and then he's got a guy perfectly running the store. He's back in the dealership, but like I said, congratulations. He just bought a food truck, so he's gonna be doing events, private parties, birthday parties, weddings, all that. So I was looking at his menu, and me and him started the Coney business about the same time. We talked to each other in the beginning, like, oh shit, we're gonna do this, and we're trying to get Fago, we're trying to get Better Made, we're trying to get all these different products. He definitely, he changed his menu just like I did. We added to Chicago stuff. I was looking at your menu yesterday, and it's the same menu that you started when we originally started. And he's got one of the things named after his kid, Joey. He had to put Polish sausage in there. You had to put the Chicago. You had to put the New York. But when I was looking at your menu last night, dude, when I went to your menu, I was like, man, I'm fucking hungry now. What the fuck? So we're going to back up a little bit because he had a phone call by a TV show, I believe, right? You were saying?
Yeah, so there's a TV show out here. It's called Chicago's Best. It's a pretty big deal. Like anybody who gets on the show, they do, the feedback and the publicity you get, it helps your business. Like it's pretty big. So, but the funny thing is, like, I'm nothing special. Sometimes you gotta be humble because a lot of shit that has to do with what's going on in your life is luck and timing, like you said, Alex.
Right.
And I happened to be at the restaurant at like 8:30 in the morning, which I'm never there that early.
Wow.
The fucking phone rings. And I'm like, hello? And there's like, yeah, this is so-and-so. I'm producer for Chicago's Best, blah, blah, blah. We want to feature Lola's. And the thing that like I was so geeked up about was because we had only been open for like 6 months, and Chicago's Best is viewers. The viewers pick the places that they want people the show to go to.
Oh, nice.
So it was a viewer pick. So it just made me feel really good.
That's awesome.
I see what you're saying. Okay.
Yeah. So the viewers that have been to your place.
What's that?
I said, so these were from viewers that have visited your restaurant and they nominated you. That's such an awesome feeling.
Yeah.
Well, Jesse has, he's not, I would say he's a tradition. He said his dream is to franchise one day. I got to be honest with you. There's, he has a brick and mortar. So he's able to offer a lot more than a food truck. But, when we were talking, he's like, man, my lobster roll. Like, you don't think when you go into a Coney, you're going to get a lobster roll. But this is stuff that he invented. Of course, he didn't make their lobster roll, but that he put on his menu, that he perfected,
That's how you're supposed to.
Yeah.
So, a lobster roll, like, you don't think when you go to a Coney, you're going to get a lobster roll. But he says, man, the lobster roll, man, it's the shit. It is so good.
Love it. Hey, hold up. I got to tell you one thing real quick, because sometimes you forget. And so I don't know if anybody knows, there's a kid named Joe Flores. He's a really good friend of mine. And my cousin, George Azar, that owns Flowers of Vietnam on Southwest. These guys are like seasoned fucking
Flowers. Shout out to Flowers in Vietnam. Yep. Been there. It was a great restaurant.
So those guys are seasoned, and then mind you, Joe worked at the Peterborough. You know, he was a chef there, and like these guys worked at Alinea. If you guys are familiar with Alinea is a 3-star Michelin. It's one of the best restaurants in the world.
Okay.
And these guys staged there. They both lived with me in my fucking small ass apartment in University Village in Chicago. It was me, my wife, and these two goofballs, and they would leave. Like the dedication that you need to be a chef. Like I can't even, like, some people root for basketball players, baseball players. I'm not really into sports. I root for chefs like I do for, like, somebody would root for LeBron or whatever. You know?
Right. That's funny.
And these guys, I watched them work. Like, they'd fucking get up at 5 a.m. and come home at fucking midnight. I'm like, and they're doing it for free. They're doing it for free. It's called a stage.
Right.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Have you ever watched?
A chef is such an artist and an art form, and people don't really understand that. Like, being a chef is just an incredible art form.
There's a show on. It's like 6 seasons, I think. A friend of mine. I don't know if you remember my friend Jaime Costello.
Jimmy.
Yeah. Okay. We were just texting each other this last night because he loves, like, he makes homemade bread. He makes this lemon soup, this like lemon chicken soup. Like, he makes certain dishes that I've tried. But he said, I believe it's called Chef's Table or something like that. And he was telling me about
Chef's Table.
A couple of episodes, and he loves it like that. He was like, it inspired him so much to, and I understand what it is, because before I went to Specs Howard, I thought about going. I was like, because I used to love to cook and bake when I was younger. I don't know what it was. I love doing that. I love doing that and experimenting. And then I kind of, got out of it and stuff like that. But that was like third on my list, and I was like,
I'm a chef.
That's some real dedication, though.
I love it.
It's hard and it's thankless. It's a lot of the times it's very thankless.
But if you love it, it could be one of the greatest jobs in the world. Everybody's got to eat. I mean,
now I want some lemon rice soup
can't go
so
wrong.
bad.
Come to Lola's. You gotta come to Lola's.
Yes, I will.
One of the food critics says, and this guy named Michael Negrant, by the way, another shout out, Michael Negrant. He wrote this article. Like, this was the first. I'm not a restaurant guy. I don't know nothing about this shit in the beginning.
Right. You just wanted to be successful. I got you,
dude. I read this article and I'm like, oh, what the like? He wrote like a beautiful thing about Lola's, and I'm like,
right.
And he said that our Avgo Lemino was one of the best in the city. He said that. So, but anyway, so my point was with Joe. Joe helped me put a lot of the menu together, and he really showed me a lot of different things, and I really appreciated that. Him and George tried to talk me out of it. He's like, motherfucker, you got kids and shit. This ain't for you. Don't do it. And he actually made me work at Flowers. I worked at Flowers for a week, like washing dishes and shit.
Right.
Because he's like, can you do this? Because I kept asking him for help. He's like, I'm not going to help you. Unless you come here and you work, then I'll help you. And then I'll see if you're serious.
Yeah, you have to know all the aspects of it, not just the desk part.
You did
not just put some money into this.
No.
But you did everything you had to do, though. You know what I mean? You didn't have to do that. You could have been like, I ain't washing no fucking dishes. Are you kidding me? You know what I mean?
No,
but you wanted to help,
I didn't give a fuck.
So you did what you
needed to do. You're gonna wash dishes and you're gonna prep cook first.
So
you're gonna prep cook.
Them helping you put that menu together.
So you had the ribeye steak, dude.
Key.
God, that's really good right now. Your ribeye steak.
Ribeye?
Soup and a ribeye.
That was just our ribeye just made it into Chicago Magazine a couple months ago. It was in Chicago.
So
but hey, man.
Go ahead. No, I was just saying. So 2 years, you marked your 2 years. Congratulations, dude. He's got his new venture is the food truck. When is the food truck going to be? I know you said hopefully June, but
man, shit is so fluid right now. Everything is really fluid. Like I just got a little bit of advice about the actual food truck that I own, and we might pull an audible and not even use that. We might just get a whole nother truck. I don't know, man. Like I said, I got a lot of right now. There's a lot of shit going on. So
right.
That's where we're at.
Well, I mean, like I said, it's a great story. Went to college, possibly could have been a Chicago cop and then ends up selling cars. Now he's actually having a restaurant. I mean, like I said, great stuff, man. Like I said, congratulations. I wanted to bring you on, tell you some backstory. I read different articles all the time that, when he got the Chicago Best, I remember seeing the award. So, like I said, congratulations on the whole 2 years. Just great success, man. Much love, man. So I know the guy since 18. So it's been a challenging, but hey, you know what? Eventually you got to where you needed to go. So.
Yep, and I'm still going. Trust me, I'm nowhere near where I want to be.
Right.
Yeah. So I think he said that he likes Lola as a brand. Definitely Lola's, and he wants to take it to the next level. It was a different call.
100%. I mean, like, bro, you hear this shit all the time. You hear every story came from somewhere. The Jimmy John guy, the fucking Potbelly, whatever. Somebody started it somewhere. Why can't I do it? Why not?
So, absolutely.
It's funny because I watched it with Alex and Tori. I watched the thing on the History Channel called Food That Made America. Some of that stuff, man, like the guys that they took risks, all that to make their a national brand or whatever, from Domino's to Pizza Hut to all these different people. Like you said, they had to start somewhere. So I definitely
getting feedback, man. You're talking.
Yeah, I got feedback.
Somebody.
It's somebody on the phone. Can you turn it down? Are you there, caller?
Yeah, we're here. We just wanted to call in, and since one of the sisters had to call in.
Oh, go ahead.
Hey, sis.
Thank you for calling.
That's the big sis. That's the boss.
Hey, big sis. That's the boss.
I heard her
had to call in.
Needs to call in.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah.
We're gonna make this really awkward for me.
This is the boss calling in. I'm in charge.
Hey, love it.
I just wanted to call and say, great job, guys, and I wanted to congratulate him on his anniversary.
Appreciate it. Yes, for sure.
Old school.
Your mama's old school, she said.
Of course.
Shout out to Detroit Kids.
That's for sure.
Detroit Kids Matter.
Guys, have a good night.
You too. Thank you.
Love you. Bye.
Thanks for calling.
Like her daughter, my niece. My niece Lexi Zidane, and her friend Dana. They started this thing a couple years ago called Detroit Kids Matter. They're both teachers and they help out the kids and stuff. It's pretty cool. So shout out Detroit Kids Matter.
Awesome. Yeah, awesome, shout out. That's awesome.
So, like I said, Jesse just wanted to congratulate you, man. 2 years anniversary, food truck. He definitely franchise.
Franchise baby, man. You got a long way to go. 2 years. Congratulations, but yeah, you just get started for sure.
I think you gave me that crazy number yesterday. How many restaurants, how many businesses closed up in Chicago? This is how bad COVID hit Chicago.
I don't know the exact number. I'm sure I'm fucking wrong, but it's either like whatever makes sense. So nobody judge me, okay? It's either I think it's 100 or 1,000, whatever makes sense. But it was a lot, like Staples. I'm talking
guys have been open
for like fucking 50 years and shit, and they're done. It's like it was the saddest thing in the world, and I was really proud of the fact that we're just new place, 2 years old, and we survived it. We did it. I don't know how, but we did it.
Right.
And you're still doing it.
Yeah, so many, and it's so sad, like you said, there's so many restaurants that have closed down. Just the other day, like last week, I went to 2 different places, and both places were closed down. And I just drove up, since I've lived in Arizona for 2 years, and they were closed. And then I was on the phone with my girlfriend who was in Detroit, and I hear her go, "Oh shit, they're closed." So many restaurants and so many people, and it's so sad. So you being open for 2 years is such a huge, it's an accomplishment, but especially with all the things that have gone on, it's a huge accomplishment, more than so many could even, do this past year. So congrats. Something to definitely be proud of.
Hey, I'm just trying to make a better life for my kids. I see my uncles, those guys that did very well, and their kids they were able to put their kids through college and all that, and that's cool. You know what I mean? I'll work my ass off so my kids have it a little bit easier than I do. I hope, that's the plan.
Right. Yep.
That's what they say. The real flex is how many lives you can impact. So you're making a difference.
There you go.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put the website Detroit
Kids Matter.
Detroit Kids Matter. Yeah.
I'm gonna put the link in there for you, man. I found it. So
thank you.
For sure.
Yeah, I can't wait to check that out.
Yeah, definitely, Tori. Tori
cool.
goes back and forth to Michigan all the time. Definitely, Tori. I know when I go back, I think I'm going to make the trip, dude. I want to go check out the restaurant. So if you're in the Chicago area, guys, definitely give the address of the location.
So Lola's is located at 2858 West Chicago Avenue in Humboldt Park, West Humboldt Park, in between California and Sacramento. We're right at Chicago and Francisco for any Chicago people that are listening that don't know. It's you'd be surprised how many people don't know that the Coney exists. People from Michigan, they come in there and find that out.
Right.
Way cool.
Give me 1 second, Drake.
Yeah, no problem.
When we all go, we should make a trip there.
Yeah, we should, right?
That'd be cool.
October, Alex. We're gonna be there for
October. You said October.
Congratulate.
Yeah, we'll be there in October.
I want to congratulate on our podcast. Today's number 50. I know it's like 59, but in the books, 50 podcasts. I didn't think, what I mean?
Ruin it, man. It's just say 50 and leave it at 50. Yeah.
It's a fancy 50.
Got to get all technical. No,
well,
for sure. Yeah. Congratulations.
I'm just saying
to you, sir. To you, ma'am.
It's all a congratulations for all of us today.
Right. You're the 50th.
The dealership is about to close, and they're like, "What are you doing?"
Well, you're doing Alexa training.
So yeah, Jesse.
That's what I put on the door.
Hey, so
I put training in progress, so nobody would bother me.
So look, Jesse, this is our 50th show. So maybe you should be like a winner. I'm gonna put my foot in my mouth and be like, "Hey, you should get a free shirt or something."
Thank you for being the guest on our 50th show.
Thank you, Alex. You could come get 50 conies if you want.
Pass them around. I want the lobster. I want the lobster, not the.
I knew that.
Whatever.
Yeah.
But not 50 of them. Fuck it.
That seafood's expensive. Trust me, I know. I'm a shrimp.
Right?
I'm a shrimp guy, man. So I know.
I know that you said, "Hey, I'm not a politics guy. I'm not a sports guy," but I wanted to bring this up to you because I know you're getting your shot. And congratulations, take a step. So COVID-19 vaccine cards are fake ones are being created. As a business owner, and I don't know if you're going to be requesting it, but I know this is going to be an entry for a lot of places, concerts, airlines. You're going to need to show and I'm not saying your health record or your vaccine record, but they're trying to transition where you actually show proof that, hey, you know what, I have my vaccine. And when you see something that in the news that they're making fake vaccine cards and selling them, I mean, what's your thoughts on something like that? Like I said, isn't it crazy that they're making, and I know I was going to reach out to Tori earlier and ask her about that if she's seen any of that, but the news is saying that they're passing out, selling fake vaccine cards.
Wait, but so there's already places that require it, is what you're saying?
They're going to require you to have your vaccine.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's none of my. No, I'm kidding. Hey, listen, man. We're human, bro. Like, I feel like even with all this new stuff that's probably going to be happening and the changes that are going to happen, I think we're just so like, what's the word? We're just so like we do what we do no matter what. Like, I have people come into the restaurant sometimes and they don't have their mask on, right? Some intentionally, some non-intentional.
Right.
And then but then I get in that fucking awkward position where I'm like, fuck, can you put your mask on? Or and it's like,
yeah, you don't want to lose a customer.
Always
you don't want to upset nobody or even have to.
Exactly. So I want to lose a customer. You get reactions of like, oh, people are like, oh shit, I'm sorry, or whatever, and they go in their pocket or whatever. And then you got the guys that are like, oh, I gotta wear a mask. Oh, the mask doesn't do shit, blah blah blah. So you're like, I don't know, bro. It's like that whole shit right now is. is taboo, I think, but like I think eventually it's just going to be something that we do. You know, wherever we end up, it's just going to be something that it's like fucking.
Like I said, I just think people are taking advantage of people saying, "Oh, buy this vaccine card." I don't even know why you would buy a fake vaccine.
Well, I feel like people.
I didn't even know that was a thing yet.
So they're going to start requiring it, right? And for the people who don't want to get it, that's their way of getting around about it. Personally, I think that if you get a vaccine, I think that they should give you a card like you get a driver's license card, something that can't really be duplicated as easily as copying it on your, I mean, we've all forged our parents' fucking name. It's not that hard to make a fucking document that says, "Oh, I got my shit," like, come on. Right. I mean, maybe you didn't. I did. Sorry, Mom, if you're watching, love you. Yeah. But like if they're gonna be I'm not saying they're forcing people to get them, but if they want proof, it's kind of like you get a passport, you get a driver's license, right. You get an immunization vaccine card that, shows proof instead of just this postcard that can be fucking made up if it's so serious. And I'm not saying it's
crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if that's the rules, that's going to have to be, and they don't want fraudulent activity to happen, then yeah, that's the serious route they need to take. I'm not saying people who don't want to get it. I mean, everybody to each their own. If they don't want to get it, and I still think that you should be cautious. I still think that you should have. Okay, I still think that you should have.
I didn't mean to interrupt.
No worries, you're okay. I still think that you should have mutual respect for, humans and not try to spread something that we clearly know is deadly, that is killing people, whether you believe in this or not, whether you think it's a hoax and it's a virus made by Asian people and this person said that, and whatever you fucking believe, death is death and it's happening. Right. So I think for them to get around the fraudulent activity, they need to come up with something, maybe something with a card. You know how your ID has under the black light kind of thing?
Right. Yeah. I saw Office Max.
Stamp that bitch.
And Staples. I made an announcement for people come over. They'll laminate it for free. We talked about it. Krispy Kreme. If you go over there, they'll give you a free donut.
So, I'm so hungry this episode, guys. What are you doing to me? With the Krispy Kreme? I don't even like donuts. I'm like, that sounds good. My fat ass is like, 50 hot dogs. What?
Like I said, I was looking at
my God.
I was looking at his menu and I was like, man, I'm fucking hungry. What the fuck is going on?
So, like, are we going to eat after this? Because I'm really fucking hungry. I want a lobster roll.
I want a lobster roll, right?
I really want some. I think I'm going to make some lemon rice soup.
Oh my God! I've been eating chicken rice soup for like 3 times in the past week.
All of it sounds delicious.
Yeah, my daughter loves that.
Your daughter made it?
No, hell no. I wish I wouldn't have to go nowhere.
Hell no. I'm a soup maker. I love soup. I love soup. I'll make a pot a week.
Leo's Coney Island.
Yeah, I'm gonna make some lemon rice, or I'm gonna make some zuppa or something.
Oh, that sounds good.
Yes.
Why? So good right now.
So if I make some zuppa, I'll give you some.
You give me some?
I'll give you some. Anyways, back to the fraudulent activity.
Fraudulent activity.
I think that's the only way they're going to get around that is to come up with something a little bit more, but then here we go. You're crossing the lines of medical records and respect. But again, when you put your kids in school, they ask for immunization records. When you go to get a job, they ask for certain things.
You can't register for school without them.
I think that coming up with a more permanent card, something they run under a black light, like your ID or your passport, something that's stamped. I think that's a little, that might cut down on the fraudulent activity. Jesse, you missed it. We were saying how hungry you are after reading your menu.
And that was my question. Jesse, are you adding anything to your menu in the near future? Is there something you're subtracting, or are you pretty set with it?
No,
leave it alone.
I didn't even want to drink. I didn't even want to add the Chicago items at first, but like you know, I'm in Chicago, so you got the Chicago dog was a thing because the hot dogs, like the Italian beef, the Polish. I added it because people wanted it, and you know, and our Italian beef, like it's not really an Italian beef. I did a whole different way of doing it. Like,
how do you do it?
So, first of all, I
garlic because she's Italian. I was like,
I'm about to make you real hungry. So
I'm Italian, so I want to hear how you make yours.
So I don't make it. The meat we get.
How you prep it? Right.
How is it prepared?
My meat guy makes it. He makes it especially for us. It's called Shout Out International Meats. These guys they're really.
That's when you know
good.
You made it. You got a fucking meat guy. That's awesome.
Yeah.
For real. Like,
I want a meat guy. Never mind. Go ahead. I was being.
So we take the Italian loaf, the bread. I use garlic butter and we toast it, and then we put provolone cheese, and then the Italian beef. Then we put the sweet peppers. That's stuff that if you go to a normal Italian beef place, you have to order it that way. The way it normally comes is
I got you.
The beef and the bread, and that's it.
Yeah,
so I did
cheese.
I did it the way I like to eat it.
Right. I see. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I like it with the provolone and the sweet peppers. Sometimes I'll put a hot pepper on there too.
I've never owned a restaurant, but like you don't want to. I know, like you don't want to mess with the menu, and like once the time will come when you add something onto there. You know what I mean? I'm sure.
Is that your sister commenting?
But you know what I mean.
Saunders bumpy cake. Saunders bumpy cake.
So the bumpy cake. Yeah, we gotta talk about that. That's true. I gotta talk about that. So what I did, I got the Saunders bumpy cake. Obviously, everybody from Michigan knows about the bumpy cake. So I'm like,
there's no cocaine in bumpy cake, is there?
No, no, but there's cream filling.
Okay.
There's another restaurant out here.
For certain, that's for certain people, certain women, right? Yeah. I'm joking. Just joking.
Reel it in, guys. I want to know about the milkshake.
See, that's because he started to show off with all that escort talk. So I'm sorry, I kind of veered off. My bad.
That's okay.
Go ahead.
Okay, back to the milkshake.
So there's another restaurant out here. I don't know, Drake, can we talk about other restaurants? Whatever. There's another restaurant.
Yeah, fuck it. We talk about everybody. We don't give a shit.
Portillo's, which now opened in Michigan. Shout out to Portillo's in Michigan.
We got them right down the street from
That's what I want to do. I want to be opening up all over the place.
Yes, yes, you can do that.
But they have a thing called the chocolate cake shake. And it's like a popular thing. So I'm like, I'm going to fucking do bumpy cake shakes because that's a Michigan thing.
Yeah.
And surprisingly, I don't know of anybody else that does it. I really don't.
Right.
I've never heard of any other restaurant or anything doing it. Anyway, so we take the Saunders fudge, the original Saunders fudge. We smear the cup with the original Saunders fudge. Then when we mix the shake, we do the vanilla ice cream with 3 pieces of bumpy cake, and we, blend it up. Then you pour it into the cup with the chocolate, the Saunders fudge around there, and then you top it off with whipped cream and another piece of Saunders bumpy cake. It's fucking fire.
That sounds amazing. That fucking sounds amazing.
I'm gonna ask you a Coney thing. So, I was looking at it, and I know we went back and forth, and I know you decided. So, what made you go with a yellow onion over a white onion over a sweet onion? What was it? What was that? Tell me. And I know eventually.
Don't give me your secret.
I know. Wait, I know Tori eventually.
I'm joking.
She's buying a food truck. She's gonna probably buy mine. So I want to know what made you go with the yellow, white,
trying to nudge you a little bit.
No, he's not nudging me. I've been nudging him.
Again, I'm not a restaurant guy. Remember this. So I just went off the way it looked. It didn't look right. The white onion didn't look right to me. The purple onion really didn't look right. And then the yellow onion just looked like doolies. Everything.
Right.
Shout out to everything that.
I think, and I don't know for sure. I can't remember. So Lafayette or American, one of them has a sweet onion. What made you not?
Oh, I don't know. Hold on.
That's the difference between the two. Do you know, Tori, which one has the sweet onion?
I
think it's Lafayette. I think
it's Lafayette because I don't remember their onions being super white.
Tony, if you're listening, do you know if it's the white or the yellow? Tony visits a restaurant.
We're gonna Google this because I feel like
I was just wondering because I know I didn't go with the yellow onion, and I'll tell you why. I didn't go with the yellow onion because I thought it had too much pack. It had too much power.
I like that.
See, you like that. I didn't think it was good. I like the white onion. And then, Tori, she's going to eventually decide on whatever onion she wants. But I think that makes the coney, right? You got the coney. And I hate when people came up to the truck and said,
Dooley's onions were always potent.
Right.
Lafayette uses the sweet Spanish onion.
Sweet Spanish onion. So Lafayette, they use the white.
And American uses the white.
The white. Right.
I personally like white onions on my conies better than sweet onions. I don't know. That's just my preference on taste. Right. But I think everybody has their own preference. I like the look too of a white onion. I feel like it. My personal preference is the whiter is brighter, so it just kind of gives it a more. It gives it a more eye appealing for me.
Well, I think. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
White and yellow kind of look the same to me. It's just the difference in the potency.
Yeah, and the potency as well. I think certain items would have different. I think certain items that onion goes with it better. So it's just a preference. Personally, I like the white.
See, I knew Lafayette would use the sweet. So it's a funny story because Jesse says, when he first went out to Chicago, he got a coney where it was supposed to be a coney, but it had chili. It had chili and it had beans. And if you from Detroit, there's no chili.
Where's that at? Poppy seeds.
Poppy seeds. Yeah, but that's funny because that was a big thing. Someone come up to the truck. And they would say, does it have beans in it? And I'm like, beans in a coney? I was like, if you want beans, you go to what do you call it? What is the Sonic? You want Sonic? Go to Sonic.
You go to Sonic and get some chili.
Yeah, chili dog. I don't know.
Go get some Wendy's chili. That's gross.
Yeah, that's gross. Like I said, man, I appreciate you coming on the show, man. I'll let you go. I know you got your people in the finance, so. Shout out. Give me your Instagram so they can anybody that wants to follow you guys in the Chicago area, or if you guys are just traveling through Chicago, definitely stop at Lola's Coney Island. Check out. You got to check out his lobster roll. Definitely check out the lobster roll. Check out the Chicago beef, Chicago style salt dogs. He's got some great stuff on the menu. What was your Instagram?
We're Lola's Coney Island CHI. At Instagram. So look at Lola's Coney Island Shy, I guess.
Right.
Oh, we got to look in Chicago meets Detroit.
I was literally just about to say that.
Okay, so
yeah.
So Chicago meets Detroit. Ironically, the guy one of my good friends here, who's from New York, he's the one that came up with it because he had the Coney dog when I first opened up. He was trying the food and everything. He had the coney. He's like, man, his mom is from Cincinnati. Oh, wow. So his mom grew up on Skyline. Sure. Skyline is like sauce kind of, but it's different than ours. Anyway, so he liked the coney dog, but he didn't like the hot dog. He's like, hey, make me one with a Vienna beef dog. Chicago the Vienna beef is like the staple.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So I said, I was like, I don't know if that's gonna work because it's beef and the conies are pork and beef. I'm like, but let's go. Let's try it. So we charred the Vienna beef hot dog, and we made it with like a coney, like a regular coney, and it was fucking so good. So I was like, yeah. And then I was like, we're gonna call it Chicago meets Detroit, MEATS.
Nice.
That's cool.
So that's
our
exclusive thing. Chicago meet with the Detroit style.
So, question: the Chicago's Best, the show. Is that happening now? Did it already happen?
Did it happen?
No, it happened. It happened a while ago. That was like when we first opened.
So we can look it up and watch the episode.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Okay, cool. And I want to check that out.
there's also these other guys who were freaking cool as hell. His name is Sean, and the other guy's name is Corey. They're called Number 6 with Cheese. And those guys, when they found out we were open, they were from Detroit that lived out here in Chicago.
Oh, wow.
They found out we were open, and they were just coming in like every day. And we started shooting the shit, and then they told me, we have this thing called Number 6 with Cheese. We want to do a show for you or whatever. I'm like, yeah, sure, why not? And I did it. It was actually really cool. So look that up. They did it was really nice the way they did it.
Is it the letter 6? Is it the letter? I mean, the number 6 or the word?
SIX. So number 6 with Cheese.
I'm just trying to find them real quick. Damn, that's dope, man.
Yeah, those guys. And then Chicago's Best. You'll see it all on YouTube.
That's what it's about, man. Supporting each other.
I'm gonna play this shit.
Awesome.
Alex, we're gonna play this quick. Hold on, real quick, and then I'll let you bounce, Jess.
All right.
Trying to kick you off, man.
Oh, cool. Okay, I see.
Ads are one of our favorite things to feature on the show, but we haven't featured any conies. They're the quintessential comfort food, too. It's beef and pork inside the dog. Lola's Coney Island does theirs Detroit style. Don't know what that is? Let's go find out.
Yeah, she's hot.
You gotta relax.
When you were opening Lola's, were you trying to duplicate the exact taste of Coney Island from Detroit?
Absolutely. As far as the Coney goes, 100%. Anybody that's a transplant from Michigan out here, the nostalgia of a Coney dog and to be able to get it in Chicago is probably like one of the best things that ever happened to us.
I'm from Detroit. I grew up on these things. They're very authentic.
And sometimes people confuse a Coney Island dog and a chili dog.
It's completely different. First of all, there's no beans on a Coney dog. It's a sauce more than it is like a hearty chili.
The chili is what makes the Detroit Coney dog. It's a beanless chili that has kind of a smoky flavor to it.
And to keep everything authentic, you actually bring in your sauce from Detroit.
Sausages come from Detroit. The chili comes from Detroit. It's all coming from Michigan, from Detroit. Burger and fries?
You're making it as authentic as possible. People want their Midwest Coney fix.
100%, and that's the best feeling in the world when I get a lot of Michigan transplants here. And as soon as they take a bite, like I've gotten hugs, I've gotten high fives.
There's that damn
Anybody that's from Michigan is familiar with the Saunders bumpy cakes. We put that into the shake.
There's cake in the shake.
Yes.
It tastes like you're eating just a straight up piece of cake. It's like a cake in a glass, a drinkable cake.
It's very much comfort food, but it's better than your average fast food place.
Saunders bumpy cake shake, another Lola's Coney Island exclusive.
Oh my God, I need that in my life.
Those are some good looking conies.
That's a perfect Coney.
This will be our Coney then.
Yeah.
Just picked them.
There you go.
Winners. Steam buns. All right. In she comes. And we're coming over here to top.
And the goods. Here are the goods.
Sauce is on.
Sauce is on.
Onions.
Very important. You gotta add the yellow mustard.
Okay.
That's key right over there.
Oh, lowercase Isabel. That is cute.
If you want, put the shredded cheese on there, and there you go. That's your Coney.
And that's it.
Time for bumpy cake.
Yes.
Pride of Michigan. This is the best.
That shit looks crazy right there, man.
And you have everything if you brought it all
That
in
shit looks
from
crazy.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Pour in.
Yeah, pour it in. Ooh.
I have Saunders fudge in my closet. I'm going to
So
get
what we
this.
do is we take half this
Okay.
as our garnish.
Do they get another piece of cake?
Absolutely. Ta-da! Saunders bumpy cake shake.
It was so lovely to meet you. Bye.
Let's go.
Let's go.
All right, let's go. I like your attitude. Dig in. The chili sauce is so much better than chili dog.
It's sauce. It's exactly it. It's not as hard.
It's okay. We're not looking at you. We're looking at the
No, you
food.
did great, bro. You did great. Enjoying yourself. That's
The best milkshake I've ever had.
I haven't seen it anywhere. The bumpy cake inside the shake.
good shit, man. Awesome.
This
Really
is
amazing
you
feature.
get a Coney, a real authentic Coney. The Chicago meets Detroit. That's it. That's what you come here for now.
All right, I think it's best that we close this out on a bump.
Here you go.
Bump of the bumpy cakes.
guys, I gotta go. I gotta go get some food.
When we come down there, Jesse. Hey, look, I don't know if you ever seen it. I'm gonna send it to you. It's old as hell, but damn, I would love to do another feature on your shit.
We're gonna do awesome. Our show from Lola.
That would be awesome, man. But I did a feature. One of the first features I did was on Pizzapopolis and shit. So I'll send it to you. Shit. It's old as hell. Give you when you find 5 minutes of your time.
No, send it. Hey,
check it out,
bro. Check out that,
for sure,
dude. You know what I like? I mean, the Chicago's best thing is because there's a lot of people that look at it. So obviously, it's going to help. Ultimately, that's what you want.
Right.
But the number 6 with cheese, dude, they reference Dooley's. Because those guys are from Detroit.
Right.
Cool. They did a great.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll have to check that out. Super cool.
Right.
I'm so hungry now.
That's the diamonds, bro. That Faygo Pop. I know they probably go fucking crazy over that shit, don't they?
They love it.
They
love it. Especially the one with the bottles that are the sugar cane one.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's dope. That's so dope. And it's so, nostalgic and just taking it back. And that's people love that. It's good.
Yep.
It's awesome. Awesome shit.
Congratulations on 2 years.
Can't wait to go check it out.
Awesome.
Hey, Greek, I was telling you yesterday, thank you, because it's like I know this is like what you're doing stuff and it's cool. Like it was for me, this was like I was telling him it was therapy because I don't nobody really knows me. They look at me, they're like, this fucking white guy, like, who is he? They don't know I'm here. They don't know where I grew up. They don't know nothing about me. So I was telling them, I'm like, I wanted people to see this because I want a little background about who I am as a person, not just the guy that owns Lola's or whatever, car salesman, whatever, you know what I mean? So
we ain't got no problem, man. We ain't got no problem patting you on the back, bro.
Absolutely.
You're a very humble guy. You've always been like that since I know you, so you know what I mean?
You,
congratulations for sure. And you know what I mean? Hey, man,
thank you. And I hope
yourself on the back.
Next shows we're gonna be doing promoting franchise for Lola's. That'll be the next show.
Right.
Much love. If you guys are in the Chicago area, go check out lolasconeyisland.com. They're in the Chicago area. Once again, just give the address. It's
2858 West Chicago Avenue in West Humboldt Park, Chicago and Francisco.
Yeah, I'll definitely try to come out there.
Thank you.
I'll let you get
there
before October. Family, he's married, 2 kids. Let you get home, man. Appreciate it. Much love.
Lola's is named after my daughter, Lola.
Oh, love it.
Seen that.
So cute.
God bless, man. Take it easy.
Bye, guys. Thank you again.
Stay safe.
All right, brother.
Yep.
Bye-bye.
Take care.
What a great guy. It took yesterday we were on the phone for a couple hours and we were just catching up for the last 20 years. You know what I mean? We talk once in a while. We actually talked because we opened the Coney at the same time. So we were talking and where are we going to get this? Where are we going to get that? We're working on a menu together. Just what a great guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, his menu is great.
Yeah, he's a great guy. And I remember him, I told him, I said, when I met you, I was 17, 18 driving for you. You know what I mean? So he went, for me, he was an escort driver, and now, he comes full circle. He's got a restaurant, and it's great. So he's doing awesome stuff in Chicago. So.
And that milkshake, boy. Oh my God.
That looked crazy amazing, man.
Listen, I have some Saunders fudge in the closet. I just need to go get me the cake, and we're gonna be making these for myself.
You could share it. It's on my page. If you go to the Facebook page, the YouTube page, you should be able to share that channel, and you should be able to share this episode. So subscribe to it. Definitely, you can share the thing, and then I could put it in the chat real quick. Let me just go to the YouTube real quick. Just turn my volume down because we were getting feedback when his sister called because she had the show in the background. So
she had me cracking up. She's great.
Yeah.
She's the real boss.
Yeah, she's the real boss. So.
She's the oldest, so she knew her mom was old school. She got the grunt of it all.
Right.
I already know.
Jesse said, my brother was a lot older than me, and he's like, man, I grew up with a bunch of sisters in the house or something. And I thought that was hilarious because he was like, none but sisters that I was growing up. So I thought that was pretty.
Yeah, I only grew up with.
Yeah, Alex
Grew up
too.
in a house full of women too. I mean, only 3, but you know, shit might need. I mean, still, it was nothing but women. So
Nothing but women.
That's why I love hanging around with my cousins.
Let me just share this real quick, if I can. I don't know why. Why can't I share it? I don't know. I'm trying to share it in the podcast.
Yeah, I'm gonna share that link to that I found, but I have to wait till the show's done, I guess.
Yeah. I can't share it. I got to share it afterwards. I'm sorry. I'm trying to share it in YouTube. Let me see if I can share it in the YouTube comments. But I got to get the. Oh yeah, I can share it here. Sorry.
No, I was gonna say you should be able to. It's kind of harder. It's a little harder for me. I did it before, but I can't figure it out right now. It's weird. So how was your Easter, Tori? I already asked Drake the other day. Yesterday.
You want the truth, or you want the truth, or you just want me to?
Yeah, I'm sure. You know, I thought about you. It was
rough. It was really rough. I
thought about
my
you.
first
Trust
Easter without Zach.
Right.
I cried for most of the day, and then around 5 o'clock, I drug myself out of bed and got dressed and went over to me and Dominic went over to my girlfriend's house, and they had, they had dinner over there. So I brought some desserts and hung out over there, and just there's a lot of kids and there's a lot of happiness, and
Easter
it was hard for me to just be around all that. So I normally like I said I've stopped drinking, but I did like 8 shots that day when I got there. I was just like, fuck it.
And you know what? I don't know why. I could be wrong. You could have probably just got wasted off of those 8 shots, but you see that, and that I don't know why.
It didn't even affect me.
But it was just like exactly.
Didn't even affect me, and I was drinking them straight
for me to even think about that. For me to even think that, I just had I had a feeling.
It just kind of put me in a position to not cry.
Right.
Like I was like, okay, so yeah. I mean, honestly, it sucked. It would suck.
And Easter is a lot rougher. It's a lot rougher than other holidays for some reason.
I feel like every holiday is going to be pretty rough because the entire, I'm the mom that has a lot of, I go above and beyond for every holiday, even like dumb shit that's probably not a holiday. I turn into a holiday.
You enjoyed life.
So, I just always wanted to make as many memories with him and everything as possible, and as many memories for him because he couldn't go to a lot of people's houses.
Right.
So I always wanted to just make sure his house was fun, and he didn't care that he wasn't able to get other people's houses. So, this whole week, because Easter falls on different dates and stuff, this whole week in my memories is just filled with Easter memories and things that we did. And like, I'm waiting for this one to pop up. And I know it's coming in a few days, and I'm going to probably just lose my shit that day. But it was when he was in the wheelchair, but he could sit up still. He wasn't so dependent on his headrest. And, I hid Easter eggs all the way up until last year. I hide Easter. 21 years old, I'm hiding Easter eggs. So this particular year, I taped an Easter egg to his headrest, right?
Oh, wow.
Knowing, and this might sound kind of mean, but this is the kind of humor that we had in our house.
Right.
So I hid it, and he couldn't get his Easter basket until he found all the eggs. And like this egg is taped to the back of his headrest, but because he's sitting up, he has no clue it's there. So for like 3 hours later, finally I hear him in his bedroom go, "What the fuck?" And he smashed back on the egg and found it. I was like, "Well, you get to get your basket now." He's like, "You're an asshole." So I know that memory is gonna pop up, and it's gonna be funny and a sad one at the same time. So yeah, that's how my Easter was. I tried to be happy for everybody else, but I was a little selfish and was like, fuck it.
Sometimes it's all right. Sometimes it's all right.
So, yeah. But thank you guys for messaging me. I know I was a little short that day, but and thank you to everybody who messaged me and thank you to the people who knew that it wasn't a happy day. So don't happy fucking Easter. And like, no, it's not a fucking happy Easter. Right. So there's a lot of. I'm grateful. I have great friends and a great team, and
there's a lot of things, little things, a lot of little things.
Lots of love.
I I got up pretty early, and I'll go to the store, and I'm like, damn, usually my dad would be like, hey, call me, or hey, can you bring me a beer or something? So there's little things that
right.
It's
rough. Like for me,
it never goes away. So
it doesn't. Like that, Easter morning is usually I can hear Zach going, Dom, can I go out and get the eggs yet? Dom. And Dom's like, 1 more hour, go back to sleep. And just little things that I'm, that day that I know happen, or like our Easter breakfast, or the Easter bunny cake he had to have, or so yeah.
Yeah, but I was trying not to be selfish when I thought about all of that, and I kind of switched. I kind of just, I was like, sometimes you're just it's like a switch, and you become unselfish. And I was like, you know what, it's probably a little bit harder. We going through our own thing, but I thought about you, and I was just like,
thank you.
It's got to be rough, of course. So, yeah. Damn Easter bunny.
Fucking Easter bunny.
All right.
So, here's a question. Easter bunny hides eggs. Is it because he fucked the chicken?
Whoa.
These are the things I think about. I'm just wondering. So if anybody knows the answer, let me know. DM me. Don't DM me how it happened.
I had
just
a funny ass meme too, and I was gonna share it, but because of what you said, I thought about it, and I was like, you know what? She might not be in the mood for this shit, and you know what?
No, you can send it now. That day, no.
Yeah, I was like, yeah. I was kind of like, you know what? I'm not even in the mood to send it. It's just, fuck this.
Okay. Next topic.
Right.
Let me bring on the screen. So there was a shocker, not to me, but there was definitely a shocker in Vegas. If you put your money on Baylor, you won some money. I think it was going off fun. I'll play a little bit of this game.
Davion Mitchell hitting the step-back three-pointer right out of the gates, and Gonzaga up 7-0 quickly. Then Mitchell uses the step-back again for separation, drills the mid-range jumper. Watch it one more time. He had 7 points in the first half. Baylor led it by 10 at that point, 11-1. It was 23-10 later when Drew Timme cuts into the paint and goes up for the layup. Following through with the huge rejection right there. Baylor stays up cold. Gets his defender on skates, drills the triple there. Watch it one more time. He had 14 points in the first half. Baylor takes a 19-point lead, their largest lead of the first half. Jalen Suggs stripped, recovers, drives to him for the layup. Watch it again. Suggs finished with 22 points. Gonzaga cuts the lead down to 15. Corey Kitzler finds Joel Ayayi on the fast break for the jam. Gonzaga now cutting it down to 12, and they're getting back into it. Still first half. It's Nemhard leads off Anton Watson to lay it in to cut the lead down to 10 at the half. So Gonzaga had been down by 19. They cut it down to 10 in the second half. Jared Butler drains the three-pointer. Then Butler, next possession, fires from deep and nails it again. And all of a sudden, the lead back up to 14. Jonathan Flagler lobs it up to Jonathan Chama-Chachua. Alley-oop. Watch it again. Baylor goes up by
never had a chance, man. The whole game.
Control over Gonzaga. Pittsburgh now driving. Mark Lytle is there for the block from behind. Baylor instantly on the fast break, and Butler finds Flagler for the three-pointer. It's a 16-point advantage, and Baylor pushing out in front again. There's another look at the defense, then the offense. Maceo Teague now with the floater in the lane. Beautiful touch there. He had 19 points. The lead at 60. Davion Mitchell loses.
Davion Mitchell going to the NBA.
Baylor goes up by 19. They hang on from there and win it by 16. Baylor ends Gonzaga's dream season. The Bears are your 2021 NCAA men's basketball national champions.
Butler.
I'm happy for them. I'm glad they won.
That was actually a really awesome game. Actually,
that game was good. They played their asses off.
Yeah, the Final Four, even before the Michigan game, because I watched the Michigan game before they got eliminated. Both of the teams, both of the games were really good. It was
they've been to the Elite Eight before and lost. They were like 17-0 coming into so they was one of the hottest teams, man. they destroyed Houston. So they lost to the, they've been there a couple times. Like I said, Elite Eight. That was a long time ago though. Like the coach been there since 2003. Scott Drew. So yeah, it was real well deserved, man, for sure. So they got something. They got something going on for sure over there, and that's why every time you asked me, I kept taking Baylor up until the point because they play good defense. You know what I'm saying? They're real athletic. Like I said, they got three of their players, Mitchell, I think it was Butler, and the other guy, but 3 guys were like transfers, man. So I mean, you know what I mean? It was amazing. They had an amazing season, man. So yeah, congratulations to them.
Right. Sorry, I was clicking on something. All right. So congratulations to Baylor. Great win. NCAA double championship. So great stuff. All right. So we're going to move on to MLB. We're not going to do too much sports, but I wanted to bring this up. So MLB fans pack in Ranger Stadium, and they're trying to figure out where the social distancing is. Yeah, this is pretty good.
How can you social distance 40,000 people, man?
Yeah. And I'm going to play a little bit of this video. So.
Ooh.
Packed, bro. I heard it on the radio
So you see the stadium. I mean, it's packed.
Super spreader.
It's just crazy. No mask, no mask. It just, I'm like, oh, what is going on in Texas? So my sister,
Texas don't give a fuck. Don't give a fuck.
My sister lives in El Paso, and she's like, oh yeah, it's so stupid or whatever. I guess it's in Arlington, Texas, which is right out of Dallas. But I mean,
how are their numbers there?
They're pretty bad. I mean, you sent me that article this morning about Michigan's numbers are going through the roof. And I hope I didn't give you any anxiety where they're saying there's a new strain that's here.
A little bit. That's okay.
It's here in United States. And hopefully they say the COVID vaccine should be okay. Once you have it, it should fight this off. But yeah, I guess the mortality rate is deadly. It's a lot quicker. But everybody's got to be careful, social distancing, wear masks. I don't care what the governor says. I don't care if they're going to lift mandates. You got to do that because we just don't know. You just don't know what's going to happen in 6 months, a year, 2 years after the vaccine and everybody's being vaccinated. So it's just like I said, you got to be keeping those social distance. You got to keep those masks on. And like I said, I don't care what the government or
the form of respect for other human life. I don't understand how people don't see that and don't, see that it's a form of respect, whether you believe that you can get it or not.
Should be past that shit already. I'm tired of even talking about it because we should just be way past that. Like as of last year, it's insane.
Right? Like what the fuck?
It's insane.
Literally,
ridiculous.
What the fuck? Why are you still having to be told?
That's why they got their ass kicked. So 6-2 by the Blue Jays. So there you go, Texas.
You know what? I'm going to say on MLB just for a second. So
keep it rolling.
I want to say hats off to the pick that they got the guy from Abdul or Adudu. I can't pronounce the fucking name, but this guy's phenomenal.
Akil Badu.
Akil Badu. This kid's phenomenal. They keep talking.
He's a Rule 5 draft pick, man.
Yeah, but I'm just saying they keep talking about him. He hits a grand slam. It's a home run in his first debut. I mean, this kid's just knocking the shit out of the ball, man. Right. He's great pickup for the Tigers. So they lost today, but I got to be honest. I'm watching the game while I'm working, and I'm like, man, they're actually competitive. They're actually giving the Twins run for their money. This is
why is that? And why is that? Even though they lost today.
I saw, like, I'm going to tell you, I think it's a skipper. The skipper's made a huge difference.
Well, I'm talking about on the field because of the pitching. Matthew Boyd had a great outing today. but they just, you know, it was like 1 or 2 mistakes. So, and it just, I mean, that was it, and I can live with that, right? I can live with that, man. But when you're, you know what I mean, like, so, and our bullpen was that Saturday. I mean, like, it just, you know, and it's, I hate, there's a whole crap load of games left, so I don't want to, you know what I mean? I don't want to put too much into it because it's so hard. You know, the Tigers have, you know, been 12-5 before when Jim Leland went crazy. We was like 1-6 and he let them have it. And the next thing we won like 13 out of, you know what I mean? So it's like, I'm just sitting back and seeing and just I'm just watching it in one game at a time because. But
I gotta be honest with you. You said I didn't see the competitiveness in that last year or the year before, whatever. Right. So I'm seeing a big difference. It seems like they're meaner. They're playing. You know,
their preparation, from AJ Hinch, and that's why
better game. Yeah. So I gotta say hats off to the skipper. I know he's making a big difference. They seem like they're a different team. Right. You know, they might lose 100. They might lose.
I can't wait.
But I got to say that they look they look a lot better. So,
well, I can't wait till they play. I gotta check it out. Wait till they play either Houston or the Yankees because you already know New York hasn't forgot about him. You know, in 2018. So I can't wait to see that. I just want to see the reception they give them and see what happens. But yeah, I'm like I said, man, I'm excited. You know, I did a lot of reading about the guy and all that, and I kind of knew a little bit about him. You know, I knew he was a former Tigers player. You know, for a hot minute back in like the early 2000s. So I know how he preps the team and gets the team ready and all that, and that's what we needed. And you know what I mean, we needed to get because we have a young team, so you just have to have that preparation, man, and we can just stay healthy. Like I said, the pitching rotation, they're playing good. They're being competitive and stuff like that. So, we'll see what happens.
Yeah. All right. So we're going to move on to a little bit of NBA. We're not going to talk about the Pistons, but we're going to move on. So Paul Pierce lost his job to ESPN.
Is that Paul Pierce?
No, not yet. Paul Pierce, he lost because he did a little craziness on Instagram, and they. So I'll put a little bit of the
position, whatever post. Bear in mind that this is a retired NBA legend that was pretty much in the NBA way before the prime of social media. Of course, in the latter part of his career when he was with the Clippers and Wizards and whatnot, social media was starting to come up. But in Paul Pierce's prime, right when he was at the peak of his NBA popularity and the peak of his celebrity, he never really had to engage with social media platforms. So this past weekend, when he decided to pretty much get lit on an Instagram Live and post it for all the world to see, but unfortunately only 360-something people showed up for the Instagram Live, it just seemed a little bit weird. It's not something you see professionals doing, especially if they're working for a company that is under ESPN's umbrella. So what's going on, guys? Your boy Mike here, and I have yet another hilarious video on Paul Pierce and a huge update on him. In addition to that, I do have a little bit of an inside scoop because I actually had a source there that reached out to me via my Instagram DMs. Speaking of Instagram, if you happen to miss the entire video of what went down with Paul Pierce this past weekend that resulted in him getting fired.
So, Tori, what do you think about that? Do you think he should get fired?
No, I watched the video. You know, everybody can say, oh, it's because he worked for ESPN. There wasn't anything on the video. Like, she was getting a massage. You can go to Vegas and play poker at a table and get a massage any fucking hotel you go to. Like, I just think it's stupid. I think that they took it a little too far. You've got players that are actually getting charged with, you know, trafficking and rape and all these other crazy allegations, and then you fire somebody over a fucking cupcake video? Like, come on.
This is more right here.
Hey, what's going on? What are you doing?
Fucking clown.
Monica, you should be here. I can make some money, girl. So stop it. Monica, what you doing?
Guys, throw some chips, man.
If you in LA, come through. If you in LA, Monica, come through. You know what I'm saying? What's that?
So, Alex, what's your thoughts? You think he should have been fired from ESPN?
I mean, it's ESPN. Are you surprised that he was?
No, I'm not. I'm just saying I don't think the man should have been fired.
Not the first time somebody did something like that. And I don't think he really gave a shit, to be honest with you, because he got a gig already. So
he's married, isn't he?
After that, so I mean, somebody reached out to him and all that. So I mean, you know,
is he married?
You don't care. No, I don't think he's married. I don't think he's ever been married.
Oh,
but he's a clown like that, anyways, man. I'm not surprised by that or anything. But I mean, I don't know. You don't see Jalen Rose, you don't see Chauncey Billups doing that. And Jalen Rose took a lot of criticism for a lot of shit that he said, but stood by it. So this is just different, man. I mean, you know, they ain't gonna play around with stuff like that. I don't know. I mean, you're representing a station, a company, all that. So I don't know. You know what I mean? They're gonna do what they're gonna do, man. I mean, they ain't get another NBA analyst up there just like that. I can't really. So I don't know. When you got somebody up, like I said though, when you got him, you know, you're up there with Chauncey Billups, and I don't care if it was Chauncey or Shaq. I mean, like you got these, you know what I'm saying, these legends up there and all that. So I don't know. I'm just not surprised by him. So they hired him. They obviously didn't know what they were getting. They're the ones that hired him.
I think they did know. I think they did know.
You know,
I think they were just waiting for him to slip up. I don't know. Maybe, I just don't think it was that bad. And maybe I'm just at the point now where I'm so used to seeing 10 times worse on a TikTok video. I might, you know, somebody posts on their Twitter.
Right.
Because you look at all the stars and people that the craziness that they post. Like, to me, I mean, they're posting world star shit and different things that are 10 times, a million times worse.
I mean, I'm sure they're paying a lot of money. So,
did you see he released? He released his response and he was laughing?
Yeah, I see. Yeah,
yeah.
I see all that.
And he just said, "It's fine."
Yeah, somebody reached out to him, tweeted him, like, give me a call.
He's about to start his podcast.
I'm not going to say the name.
He's got some stuff going on.
We don't do that shit here, so whatever. No. I'm giving them no more publicity. So, but yeah, he got another job, so he'll be all good.
Yeah, he's good. Yeah. I think it was kind of crazy. I mean, maybe a suspension, maybe like a warning, like, hey, or, you know, hey, something, I don't know, to fire him. I think they just went a little overboard, but it's what it is. You know, they say they trust in your timing, and this is probably a blessing to him. So.
Right. Yeah.
He's on your path.
Right. So one of the last topics, or last two topics, was the DJ BASSNECTAR. I never heard of him. He's being sued by two women.
Me neither. I was like, who's that?
Yeah, so he's a DJ that was in a lot of like the Burning Man festivals and EDM festivals, a lot of, you know, techno trap kind of stuff. So, yeah, but you gotta think he's he is accused in a lawsuit against him, his label, against the charity organizations that he is affiliated with, that he groomed, that he womanized, groomed underage girls, asked them for nude photos. That's where the child pornography term comes into play. The first time he got in
trouble for any, you know, right.
These are girls who he met at a show, and they were in high school, underage, so they don't really say the age of what they were, but I'm just going to assume 16, 17, 18
they call
years
it
old.
Child grooming.
They call it child grooming.
Amid allegations of sexual misconduct and child grooming.
One of the girls had stated that so this is, I'm not condoning this at all, but one of the girls states that she I mean, to me, it sounded like they had a relationship kind of thing, like a long distance, like meetup kind of. He would come to her town for shows. He would send her places. She would go. He'd give her money. He would put her in the hotel room. She said that he admitted to her that he probably dated, or not dated, but had been with more than he should have girls that were way younger than him. Right. And then something about the Me Too movement, when it came out, he offered to pay for her therapy, for her to go to therapy. Like right. So, and then, you know, he's denying it, but in one breath, he's denying it. In the next breath, he said, I'm stepping away from music because I need to address this and be held accountable for my actions. So, which is that? Because that's kind of contradicting. He's 43. These allegations happened, they're saying, you know, like maybe a year or two ago. Last year. July. So, yeah. So he was like 41, 42 when these things happened. Yeah. Kind of cringy.
Yeah.
Right. What a
word. You know, but you got to think, it is though, but you got to think too, the people that are coming to his crowd or to his shows are probably 18 to 17, 16 to 25, you know, after 26, 27, I mean, maybe 30, but you don't really see like that's the majority. I'm sure there's people that are older going, but that's the main, you know, group that will basically do anything to get on stage. Yeah.
There's a big ass party. Right?
I said they'll do anything. So at that point,
do anything. You know,
yeah, but it's cringy.
Anything for Rap Lobster.
I believe he's guilty. I believe that he should be fired more than the damn ESPN twerk fucking live on Instagram. That's stupid.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Don't worry, guys. If you guys have a twerk video, I won't fire you. You're okay.
You won't fire him?
Twerk video.
Do you like my drink? So I'm trying to be healthy, and I'm drinking these AHA sparkling waters. Maybe we'll get a sponsor. It's blueberry and pomegranate, but I put a little. I bought some
something in there.
Umbrellas so I can feel good about my 0 calorie zero drink.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
Awesome. So the last topic I want
to make it a party.
DMX.
Pretend you're on the beach.
Recently overdosed. I know he's in vegetable status. Doing terrible. I just wanted to play this real quick for you guys. Where's it at?
Didn't they say today they were going to do brain activity?
Latest update. The latest update that I had was, and I saw on TMZ that
I was listening to all his shit over the weekend, man.
That shit. Vegetable status, and it didn't look good, and it's been grim, and
I read today that either today or tomorrow they're going to do tests for brain activity. So, and I don't know if it's been done today. I read that today, so I've.
Well, they were saying that he tested. He tested positive for COVID. They were gonna take tests and all that. So I don't know.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Damn.
Yeah.
I'll play a little bit of this.
See that tittle finish you, dog. Believe that. Niggas wanna try, niggas wanna lie, then niggas wonder why, niggas wanna die. I don't like drama, so I stay to myself. Keep focused with this rap shit and pray for the wealth. I'm on some bullshit that's got me jacking it. Let my man in it, stay great friend. Remember me? Way back, I'm a same cat, way cat. That motherfucker at TNT used to play this. Still here? This is ducking me like you owe me something. I got more homes than an essay, but essay. I can't talk, booming, bouncing, talking, I'm just a nigga that's misunderstood. But word to man, I turn your last name to Underwood. You get that I'm
Grand finale.
Get up, y'all slip. Can't get up. If I'm gonna.
So I mean, so many great songs.
Yeah, he tested positive for COVID.
Oh wow!
According to Vlad TV, whatever, been closely being monitored on April 5th. So yeah, so Monday. So got a lot going on, man. Godly.
So many great songs.
So I watched an episode.
He's an icon.
watched the episode, and I will say their name because there's enough room for
Talk about them.
to give love to other podcasts. Drink Champs, Noriega. I'm not sure. It might have been a month ago or something like that. I don't know, but just not too long ago. Might have been even the end of last year. They interviewed DMX, and that shit put them on the map like no other. So it was just crazy that they were talking about him. One or two of the shows that I was watching, and man, they were just giving him mad love. And then I found out about this last week, and I was like, damn, that's crazy. Like,
did you guys ever watch the DMX verse thing where he went against like Snoop Dogg?
Oh, the verses.
Recently. Yeah, the verses. Yeah, I love that. I love that.
Oh yeah.
I was like, dude, he's the shit.
They talked about back in the day when DMX in the barbershop. This was like early 2000s, I think, when DMX battled Jay-Z and shit. They were interviewing Dame Dash, and they said Jay-Z beat him because Jay-Z took a lot of shit. People don't realize.
Yeah, I remember.
Jay-Z took a lot of shit, especially when he did that Sunshine video. So
my son was telling me about, and I don't know which interview it was, but was speaking of an interview that DMX was talking about his battle with addiction, and he spoke on the first time he had ever tried drugs, right? And that it was given to him by a friend who was supposed to be like a big brother, and it literally took him like moments to even just get it out, to the point where he was crying so bad. So heartbreaking.
And the reason I brought up the Drink Champs is because I love what Noriega is doing. It's everybody he has on there. He's having big shots on there. LL, Dame Dash, Jadakiss, the Locks, all these guys. And he tells them he's celebrating. His show is about celebrating these artists and shit and taking care of the artists. And he asked LL a question. Do you like they don't have a union? He was like, why can't we, like say like DMX, he doesn't, he said someone gets sick, it costs 40,000. I put a stack, you put a stack. Hova, he calls him Hova, put a stack. We need to take care of each other. Just the same way the country music that they do for the country, all these engineers do and shit. He goes, because that's what he's trying to do. And I love it. I love the show. I love that he's doing that all, so here we are now. I got to catch up, but so I can't even imagine what he's talking about now with,
a lot of people were calling out the rap community for not helping him,
and that's what he's doing.
When he had been begging for help, and it was, he was so transparent with everything.
And there's so much that goes into that. You know what I mean? There's so much that goes into that, but it can be done. There has to have one person, there has to be one person that controls it and all that. And that's the thing about hip hop. A lot of them are not used to, like they had the commission. I don't know if you remember that, Drake. Remember they had like the commission. It was like Charlie Baltimore. It was like Fat Joe. They had certain people that they would sit down with back when they were talking about stuff like that back in the late 90s and all that, and stuff. So just to squash shit and everything like that if there was any beef. But yeah, so I'm sure they'll be hearing more about it as it goes, because like he's told LL, like Noriega told LL, there was never no platform. Now there is, and he's doing it.
Yeah.
And so I just think that shit, I love that shit. I love that show. So, they're trying to get back to the culture and all that. So yeah, they should, he and his words were, we should go get him. We should go get. And I'm not sure if they used DMX as the example, but it's crazy if they did. Go get him. And matter of fact, they were talking about him because this ain't the first time he's had this relapse and all that stuff. So go get him and take care of him and put him in. But he's
had an ongoing struggle his entire time.
It's kind of hard. It's not as easy as people might think to go and just get somebody, and they got to want to help themselves first and foremost. So prayers for sure, man. I hope he.
Well, especially in the rap community, there's this persona. You got to be tough. You got to be hard. You don't need no help. I got this. I'm from the streets, and a lot of these people, you know, and artists don't they don't think that reaching out is going to do something for this person when reaching out can do a lot for any person.
That's
no
why
matter
he only
what,
has legends on there, because all these young motherfuckers,
they don't get it.
They don't get it.
No, they don't get it. They don't get it.
And
so prayers
those are
out to
his
DMX.
words. Right.
I hope he pulls through. If he does, let this be an awakening for him and for a lot of people that surrounded him and saw him going through this struggle, and maybe for him to help others. And if he doesn't, regardless, I hope this is awakening for everybody.
For sure.
And his fans are definitely, you know, hurting right now for him.
Right. I guess the Rough Riders, I don't know if you guys saw that, they did a DMX
tribute. I did.
They went up to
I'm here outside of White Plains Hospital. You can see some of the members of the Rough Riders behind me. They rolled in here, a very powerful tribute right in front of the hospital. This is the front of the hospital. To pay tribute to DMX and also to offer prayers. And I just want to set the record straight about a couple of things. There is an unauthorized statement from a supposed family member that is circulating that a real family member who I know is very close to DMX, who I spoke with here privately at the hospital, says was not authorized to speak. And the family member I spoke with tells me that DMX is still in ICU, he is breathing, he is very much alive, but they are asking for everyone's prayers. That's what everybody can do right now. That's the best thing. And also there is a statement that is expected, an official statement from the family that should be coming out later on this afternoon. So I'll get into the Fox 5 News at 6. I'll have that for you, and I'll post it what I get as soon as I do right here on Instagram.
So
outside of the
they went up there and they prayed the tribute. I guess there's probably a lot of different stories, whether if he's not going to make it or whatever. So prayers out to his family, legend icon. So I hope he makes it.
Yeah. Sad.
Sad. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
This Saturday, I don't have anything else. This Saturday we got Chris on the show. He's a professional gambler. He lives out in Vegas. He will be on the show. I mean, I know he runs a couple different things, but he definitely a hustler from Detroit. But like I said, he's a professional gambler. He probably made some money doing that because that's what he does. So
nice.
It's going to be exciting. So tune in this Saturday, 8 a.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. Eastern time. Tune in. We're going to have Chris on the show. He's going to be talking about, I guess, being a gambler. You know, one of my and I know Alex watches the movie every time it comes on, but the movie with
I own it, man.
Rounders. I love every time it comes on.
Since I seen it at the theater, I was like, wow.
I love it. I love the whole thing.
I just went in. I went in the theater. I just went in to just pick the movie,
not knowing.
And you know, I didn't know it was going to be that good. I just was like, let me check it out. I seen Turturro in there, and you know, Malkovich, and then Matt Day. Like I said, but I was like, yeah, it's one of my all-time favorite movies, man. Love it.
So I don't have anything else. Anything you want to promote, Tori?
No, I think we've covered it all. I'm gonna go get me some food.
I'm all good.
Episode. My ass hungry.
For sure.
You hungry?
Yeah.
Oh, bitch, you're hungry. That's about it for me.
So how about you, Alex? Anything?
Nope, I'm all good, man.
All right, you can follow me at Dreek Swift on all platforms. You listen to the podcast on all platforms, all social medias. So you guys check it out. You can follow Tori at
Tori Rochelle on Facebook, at All Beauty All Beast on Instagram, and the Savage Kitty, that's THEE Savage Kitty on Twitter.
Alex?
I'm all good, man. I'm all good. You guys just have a great night.
So wait a minute. Did you make yours private?
Are you private again?
No.
No,
follow the sports mouth.
I don't know. Thank you. 313.
313 Instagram. Check us out.
I get a kick. I get a kick that people get a kick out of that. I don't know why. It's just weird to me.
Happy 50th episode, fellas.
Oh yeah.
50th. Congratulations. We made it.
I might go to the store and take a shot for 3 shots for all for us.
Yeah, take one for me.
Maybe. I'm thinking about it.
Think about it. Think about
Shout
it.
out to Ciroc. Shout out to Puffy.
Think about it.
All right, guys. Take it easy. Much love. See you on Saturday. Be safe. Wash your hands. Practice social distancing. Mask up. Wash your culo. Peace out.
Be blessed.
Good night, you guys.